Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. Chaz Cook of the One Team at William Raveis Real Estate, your number one team for transactions closed in the entire state of Connecticut since 2021, and leading the charge here again. Well, I guess we're almost 3 full quarters through 2024, right? We got, what's today, the 7th, so we got about 23 days until we hit quarter 4.
Flying by.
That is crazy. But yeah, continuing to lead the charge here for transactions closed in the state of Connecticut. And we couldn't do that without the help of our friends and our good friends, especially Dougie, the tank man over at Service Station Equipment. He texted me, or actually commented on a Facebook post, and he said, I saw you guys were thinking about changing the name of the pup. And he said, don't do it. He's an Arlo. I'll tell you what, Tank Man, you're right. He is an Arlo. And so he's not just an expert on all of your residential tanking needs. He's also an expert in dog names. So thank you for that, Tank Man.
The dog whisperer.
The dog whisperer. But yeah, we are heading into that time of year where you're probably starting to look at that oil tank or think about that furnace. And if it's looking a little shabby and needs to be replaced, definitely want to reach out to them at 1-800-801-TANK. Get that done before the winter season comes. And all of a sudden you get that first oil delivery and it just starts spewing oil everywhere. And then it's going to cost you a lot more. It's
going to be a bigger cleanup. We're going to have some cold days. You don't want to be dealing with a broken oil
furnace,
tank or anything like that.
You want to get that tank serviced, get the latest and greatest, the newest technology in all things residential oil tanks at Service Station Equipment. 1-800-801-TANK. Dougie Brown, the tank man, will come out and take care of you. All right, before we hit the break, we were talking interest rates. We've got the lowest interest rates in a year and a half, so since April 2023, which is mind-boggling. We got the Fed meeting coming up on the 17th and 18th. We know they're going to do a drop, but you think there might actually be a little bit of a kickback up after the meeting.
A little bit. I think long term they'll probably continue to go down, but there's going to be a little uptick at some point.
So that's great news for buyers. And we were discussing, is it enough to unlock some sellers? Maybe some of those sellers who are at that 3.5, and now they're looking at like a 5.7, and I don't know. We do have an interesting article here, though, that shows where sellers still have the most power in terms of their markets. And we did have some Connecticut cities make the list. But Skelly, what are your initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's still a strong seller's market, but not as intense as it has been. I do see shifting in the market. I had a client this week who wanted to kind of bid pretty low on a house. And I was, trying to educate them that that's been not really a successful strategy most of this year because it's been so competitive. And then I looked at the days on market for this particular property. It was 86 days.
86 days,
which is, significantly longer than usual. And that was surprising to me because a lot of times when people say, I want to make a call, every day people call me, I want to make an offer on this house. And a lot of times it's been on that market for, 10 days, 9 days, 2 days. So to see one that was listed for 86 days, is just a little bit of a signal to me that things are shifting a little bit.
Absolutely. And do you recall if that particular property had a bunch of price improvements, or were they just kind of holding strong, and that could have been also the challenge?
I think I did look at the pictures. I mean, it wasn't the right house for me. It was a contemporary house, which is not really my style. I think a lot of people are kind of more interested in kind of a more traditional, New England Cape or colonial.
Right.
So that probably played into it. Maybe it was just priced a little too high to begin with, and it wasn't a style of home that appealed to a large group of people. And so I don't remember if they had a price reduction off the top of my head.
Gotcha. So you're thinking days on market may have gone up. Is that what you're kind of alluding to here?
That's kind of what I'm getting at. And then also just kind of getting into how strong of a seller's market it is. I think that's really the indicator. So I'd be curious to know, what are days on market in August compared to July and June? Do you have those numbers?
I do, actually. So this is for single family homes. You want the median and you want the average?
Let's go median.
Median days on market, just to kind of get some perspective for August 2023, because we're always, the data is always a month behind, right? We got to close out the month and get it. So we're looking at this on a rolling 12. And in August 2023, the median days on market for single family homes in the state of Connecticut was 16.
It was 23, so that was a year ago?
Yep. That was exactly 1 year
16
ago.
days. That's crazy fast.
Fast forward into, let's say, April 2024, we were at 13. So we've been on a little bit of a downward trajectory. We stayed there. And then July 2024, median days on market, single family homes, 12. August.
Still pretty fast.
11.
Really?
That's median.
That surprises me.
And
Okay.
your average days on market, so median is obviously 50% were higher, 50% were lower. Your average is the sum of all things kind of put together. Your average days on market for single family homes for August 2024 was 30. So a month's worth of supply, essentially. But when you look at actually months of supply, we actually have 2.2. So we have about 60 days.
That's interesting. Let's geek out for a little bit here. So median was 12, average is 30. So that tells me that there's some houses, a small portion of the houses are on the market for a long time.
Which is skewing
is bringing up that average. So median means like kind of most houses
the sweet
are
spot.
selling in less than 30 days.
Right.
But there's a small portion that are selling in, 4 or 5 months.
Right.
And so to your point, I think the pricing of the property becomes important. I mean, I think if you get a little too greedy or ambitious is probably a more polite way to say it with your price, if you don't get those offers in the early days, people start to wonder like, what's wrong with this house? Why is it sitting there? And then you got to lower the price, which is not, price reductions is not helpful for selling a house. Well, it is helpful. That's not what I mean to say. The price is not necessarily a good look, is what I mean to say. Versus when a house just came on the market and there's 3 or 4 people going to see it on Saturday, and things are happening. There's buzz, there's activity. That's a good look for a property that makes it more likely that you might get multiple buyers bidding on the property.
So I like what you said there, and I just did some quick checking in a very rough range, and I'll break that down for you guys. But not only does pricing it right matter, also the price range makes a significant difference.
What do you mean?
So I looked at houses priced from, I don't know why InfoSparks and the MLS had set these numbers the way they did, but from $319,000 to $498,999. Okay. So their median days on market, single family homes in that price range, $319,000 to $498,999, is only 9. So they have less.
Okay.
Their average
that makes sense. I mean,
days
that's
on
a very
market
popular price range.
is 23.
Okay.
So now we shift, and as you go up, this would get bigger and bigger. But just for houses priced $499,000 or more, their median days on market is 14. So higher than all single family homes. And their average days on market is 37. And I bet you if we push that up to say above 650, that number is going to get significantly higher.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, the first-time buyers are a huge segment of the buyer population right now. And then even the people that are, the baby boomers that are buying their second or third or fourth house, a lot of them are downsizing, and they also want the same, 1,500 square foot ranch that the first-time buyers want.
Exactly.
So that's what everybody wants. So that's important to think about when you're getting your home ready for sale. Are you in, is your house the really popular house that and you got to kind of not look at your house with these rose-colored glasses, because I think every homeowner kind of thinks their house is the greatest house ever. But, is it popular? And you'll really listen to your real estate agent, when they're trying to tell you, how popular of a price range are you in? How popular is the style? Because that's going to affect
the town, the city, right?
The city, the town.
I mean, but herein lies the challenge, right? So again, those price ranges were $319,000 to $498,999. That's where you saw the lowest median days on market, the lowest average days on market. However, when you look across all price ranges, the median sales price for a single family home in Connecticut for August 2024, $422,000, up 10.5% year over year. Average sales price for a single family home in the state of Connecticut for August 2024, $601,382. So we're almost pricing out that sweet spot where we're seeing the lowest numbers in terms of days on market, both median and average, because of the cost of a home in the state of Connecticut here. That's a very interesting point. That's $601,382 for a single family home average. That's up 9.2% from August of last year. In August of last year, we were sitting at $550,779. So Connecticut home prices have continued to skyrocket faster than almost any other state in the country. I believe when we did the report a couple weeks ago, we were number 3 on the list in terms of overall home price appreciation. which actually makes sense according to Zillow's market heat index. So they went and they ranked which markets were the strongest sellers market. Okay, so if you have a score of 70 or above, it's a strong sellers market. Score from 55 to 69, it's just a seller's market. 44 to 55, neutral market. 28 to 44, buyer's market. Score of 27 or below, strong buyer's market. So among the 200 largest metro area housing markets, these 10 are the hottest markets where sellers have the most power. And what I want to do here is I want to run through the list, but then also pull up Connecticut towns that made the list, or Connecticut metros, right? So we're actually going to look at them and look at what their pricing is, their days on market. Because, yeah, we got 2 in the top 10. I mean, so great state of Connecticut. Here we go. We'll run through and we'll go 10 through 1. Coming in at number 10, we've got Manchester, New Hampshire with a score of 78. At number 9, Norwich, Connecticut with a score of 79.
The Rose City.
The Rose City. Let's see what Norwich has going on.
This is metro
here.
area, so this is also going to include the towns surrounding that area as well.
Yeah, but for just informational sakes here, we're going to just do Norwich. We're going to do their median sales price there. So $270,500. Average sales price, $285,918. So that's just for single family homes. Days on market, 24 for average and 9 for median. So they are in
significantly lower than the state average.
Lower than
the state average was pretty low to begin with.
State average was 11 for median and 30 for average. So they're 9 and 24 respectively. Wow. Right. So yeah, we'll get you through to number 5, or we'll get you through to the before the top 5, and then we'll finish it off when we come back. Coming in at number 8, Binghamton, New York. There's a lot of New Yorks on this list. What is happening in New York? Northeast. Yep. Coming in at number 7, Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, you could basically
it's a stone's throw from Connecticut.
Commute to Hartford from there.
Now we got the outlier with a score of 84, San Jose, California. So real quick, number 10, Manchester, New Hampshire. Number 9, Norwich, Connecticut. Number 8, Binghamton, New York. Number 7, Springfield, Mass. Number 6, San Jose, California.